Let's discuss life in a small town. I grew up in a small town. I live in a small town. So I mostly know small town things. So everything here is just normal to me. It's hard to look at it from an outside perspective, but lately we have had a lot of visitors due to a little show called HGTV Hometown. Visitors help you have a fresh perspective on the place you're from. We've always thought we were from a really wonderful place. It just needed a little love and attention, and that came because people came back. Everybody left for college, and people came back, and they had a vision for what they wanted the town to look like, and here we are living in that vision, and it's really wild to all of us that live here. Life in a small town is very special. Everybody knows pretty much everybody, and if you don't know the person specifically, you know the family name or the people associated with the family. We can put your people together. Who are your people? We'll find out. We probably know them. We've got history with them. Everybody here mostly is on the same team most of the time. It sounds intimidating, but it really means that you've got a lot of people on your side that aren't just your family because they know your family. My family is 4 generations deep in this town on both sides. So we're here, this is what I know about. My wife's family's near about the same. But the thing about life in a small town is that it's slower, just a little bit slower. You're not going to get the things you need just as quick as you can. But you do know your butcher. You know the dairy bar people. You know the person that's going to check you out at the Kroger. You taught them. You know the circuit clerk. She goes to Sunday school with your mama. And if you don't know them, it's real easy to get to know somebody in a small town because most of us are willing to chat for a second and figure out who you are. That's one thing. We are a little bit nosy out of love. Might be nosy, but it's because I just love you. And we are nosy, but that's good because then we know what's going on. If we're at a restaurant, we know who not to talk about because we know who their people are and who their people are. Because we were nosy. You see how it's like a loop? You can be nosy enough to where it becomes the polite thing to do. And that's what we like to do about it. I know enough about you to know what not to say and what to say. Because I care about you and respect you. Because I respect you. It's about respect. Growing up in a small town means you can't get away with anything because everybody knows everybody and they're going to tell your daddy. One time I rolled through a stop sign and got a ticket for it and was going to take care of it myself. I was just going to handle it like a big kid. And not 2 days later, my dad asked me when I was going to tell him about the speeding ticket. I still don't know who told him. Small towns are not open for business some of the times that you might be frustrated with. Sundays are the Lord's days. Shut it down. There's nothing going on. There's nothing to buy. There are restaurants available, but the more local, specific ones, the ones downtown, are usually, that's done for. That's the Lord's day. They've got to take the day off. The ones that are more chains are available. Then on Mondays, the same thing happens. You thought it was a drought because it was Sunday. The drought extended to Monday. Nobody's opening on Monday either. That's the day off for the shop people. If you've got a shop, you're not open on Monday usually in this town. Some people are. Most of the shops are going to be closed Sundays and Mondays. Sundays are for the Lord. Mondays are for the shops. That's just how it goes. They deserve their rest as well. It can be frustrating when you've got a hankering for a cheeseburger and the dairy bar ain't open. You just got to take that. Small town taxes. Things happen like your dentist getting your files mixed up because your granddad's name is also your son's name. Now, the ladies in a small town are quite brilliant and they have vast network, and it begins and ends at the beauty shop. That's where everything is found out. That's where everything is discussed. And my grandmothers pulled an expert grandmother lady move when they decided to go to the same beauty shop at the same time each week to get their hair set. Under the heat, you get your hair set. And they did it at the same time. So not only did they find out the goings-on of the town and the people, they found out the goings-on of their people from 2 different sides and made sure they lined up. Fortunately, we were trained in small towns, so we knew it usually did line up. But festivals in a small town are even more precious. Fireworks, everybody's out on the streets to watch the 4th of July. Halloween in my small town is the most like a movie you can find, I think, on the planet, anywhere besides an actual film set. It's outrageous. Christmas parades, pancake days, all those things make living in a small town special. But the people are what make it the most special. People in a small town, as much as we can be difficult and ornery even, are here for each other. Now, I love to show off my small town, and me and Kate got to show it off to Denise and James. They have a podcast and a YouTube show about life in small towns. They sold their house to travel around the country to find a small town to settle down in, and they came to ours, so I got to talk all about it. And you know I love to talk too much. But me and Kate both sat down with them for an interview. I'll put the link in my bio for the day, and it's over on their YouTube channel, so go follow them and watch this episode. We had a real good conversation, some behind the scenes information on life in Laurel and life with Landon and Kate.